Getting lost. Describe an occasion when you lost your way. You should say where it was, what happened, how you felt, how you found your way. If you want the full script of this IELTS speaking cue card along with its Band 9 sample answer, simply type full text in the comments below. I'd like to share with you one of the most confusing yet memorable experiences I've ever had. Getting completely lost in the countryside while trying to find a remote campsite. Everyone might have experienced GPS failure or sat-nav error at some point, but if not, let me tell you what happened to me. A few years ago, when I was feeling down in the dumps, my therapist gave me a simple but powerful piece of advice: find your happy place and escape. One afternoon, while watching a travel show, I came across a beautiful campsite surrounded by nature. Without thinking twice, I packed my bags, jumped in my car, and decided to follow my GPS to that place. Since I've always been more confident driving through crowded city streets than rural areas, driving into the countryside already felt like stepping out of my comfort zone. At first, the drive was smooth and almost relaxing. The kind of road trip where you roll down the window, let the wind brush against your face, and imagine the adventure ahead. But halfway through, my GPS suggested a shortcut that promised to halve my travel time. So, I took a chance and blindly selected that alternative route. Big mistake, or so I thought. Within minutes, the smooth road turned into dusty dirt, and the farther I drove, the more isolated it became. My excitement quickly turned into anxiety. A flood of worries rushed through my head. What if the car broke down? What if I got completely stuck out here? What if I ran out of fuel in the middle of nowhere? Scenes from horror movies about people stranded in the wilderness flashed before my eyes. But I kept my spirits high by focusing on the positive and picturing the calming images I'd seen earlier on TV. I kept driving, even though I felt like I was heading deeper into nowhere. And then, just as I was about to turn back, the path opened into a small, hidden valley. It wasn't the campsite I had planned to reach, but what I found instead was nothing short of magical. The air was crisp and pure, the scenery felt almost otherworldly, and the silence carried a kind of tranquility I had never experienced before. Away from the city's chaos, I felt my stress melt away. My worries were replaced by a deep sense of relief and joy. In the end, this trip taught me a lesson I carry with me to this day. Not every wrong turn leads to regret, sometimes it leads to the best stories. It was truly a trip of a lifetime, and I won't forget the memories I made. If I hadn't taken that unexpected turn, I would never have discovered the beauty of that hidden valley or experienced the happiness that comes with embracing the unknown. Phrases and idiomatic expressions. Confusing yet memorable experience, an event that was hard to understand at the time but worth remembering. Getting completely lost, losing one's way or sense of direction. GPS failure, sat-nav error. When navigation technology stops working or gives wrong directions. Feeling down in the dumps, feeling sad, depressed, or unmotivated. Find your happy place and escape, to identify a place, real or imaginary, that makes you feel calm and peaceful. Without thinking twice, acting immediately. Without hesitation, stepping out of my comfort zone, doing something challenging, unfamiliar, or uncomfortable. Roll down the window, let the wind brush against your face. Figurative imagery describing a carefree and relaxing road trip. Imagine the adventure ahead, looking forward with excitement to what's coming. Shortcut that promised to have my travel time, a quicker or easier route. Took a chance, accepted risk or uncertainty. Big mistake, or so I thought, initially believing it was wrong. But later realizing it wasn't, in the middle of nowhere, a very remote and isolated place. Scenes from horror movies flashed before my eyes, Figurative way of saying frightening images came to mind suddenly. Kept my spirits high, stayed positive and optimistic. Heading deeper into nowhere, moving further away into isolation or uncertainty. Nothing short of magical, truly extraordinary and wonderful. The silence carried a kind of tranquility, figurative way of describing peaceful, calming silence. City's chaos, noisy, stressful, and crowded urban life. Felt my stress melt away. Stress disappearing gradually, replaced by calmness. Not every wrong turn leads to regret, mistakes or unexpected choices can bring good outcomes. Life metaphor, trip of a lifetime, an unforgettable and unique journey. Embracing the unknown, accepting uncertainty and being open to new experiences.